So in my new book, The Gut-Immune Connection, I make the proposal that we should really focus on a microbiome-targeted diet, forget about the culture wars over how much protein, how much fat, how much carbs we should eat, but just focus on what's optimal for the health of the microbiome. Now, this seems very simplistic, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Because if we feed our microbiome or our microbiota the diet that is best for them, and that basically is a largely plant-based diet with all the components that are contained in these plants, they will take care of all the rest. They will decrease the propensity of the gut to become leaky. They'll prevent that. They'll produce a thick mucus layer to separate our microbes from the gut wall. They produce enough molecules that signal directly to our brain and to our other organs, including vitamins. So we don't really have to worry about it. We don't have to take supplements in addition to this type of diet. And it's pretty clear that and I like to call it culture wars, because often it's more influenced by personal opinions, almost to the point of being religious or cult-like, that people defend their diets. The evidence is pretty clear that from an evolutionary standpoint, we humans and our ancestors, even the earliest ancestors, always have had a gut microbiome living with us as a partner in our overall health. So if we do something to them today that is not part of, that has evolved as an optimal system of anti-inflammatory activities and optimal gut health, it's expected to have negative effects. So take the keto diet, particularly if it's an animal-based keto diet with almost exclusive animal fat and animal protein. You essentially starve the microbes. There's almost nothing left. Everything is being absorbed in the small intestine. Almost nothing gets down to the large intestine, and you starve the downstream factory of all these health-promoting molecules in our gut microbiome. So the two components in plant-based food, in making it a microbiome-targeted food, are large molecules that cannot be broken down in the small intestine. We don't have the enzymes. They're too large to be absorbed intact. So they are going through our small intestine into the large intestine, or the end of the small intestine. And those are fiber molecules. There are thousands of different types of fiber molecules in plants, in different plants. And it's another group of chemicals called polyphenols, very large molecules that are also too big to be absorbed and for which we don't have the enzymes to break them down into small enough molecules to being absorbed upstream. So these two main components of plants go down to the microbes break them down. I'll give you one example of what happens with fiber. This study example, an increased production of short-chain fatty acids. So this is a metabolic end product of fiber degradation. And these short-chain fatty acids have a range of beneficial effects on the gut. They're anti-inflammatory, they're enhance the gut barrier. Some of them are being absorbed and have systemic positive effects. So just that one molecule from fiber explains a lot of the health benefits. And there's many other fiber types that create other molecules that are equally beneficial. The polyphenols, so these are these large molecules that there was a lot of excitement and hype around them many years ago. And they were celebrated as antioxidants because these molecules were taken and added to cell cultures or injected into animals, bypassing their GI tract. And they had wonderful effects as antioxidants, so cancer preventing, anti-inflammatory, and many other beneficial effects. Once it became obvious that if you actually ask humans to ingest, to eat those polyphenols as supplements or as fruits, then it was realized that the concentration in the blood after ingestion was actually too low to explain any of these health-promoting effects, consistent with the idea that very little is being absorbed, go down into the large intestine, are broken down into much smaller molecules, again, hundreds, possibly thousands of smaller molecules, which have a beneficial effect on the gut microbes, on their diversity. They suppress unhealthy microbes. They stimulate their food or prebiotics for healthy microbes. And many of these small molecules are assumed to have positive effects on the brain and on all of our other organs, which may or may not be antioxidant effects. It can be a variety of other beneficial effects. So a microbiome-targeted diet provides you with a diet of low caloric density, which is an important step for weight control. It provides you with a pharmacy that the plants have produced for themselves, which they now essentially allow us to take advantage of. And those components are probably the main reason, I would say almost exclusively, that a plant-based diet has all the health benefits that have been attributed to it.